This is First Maccabees, the first chapter. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip the Macedonian, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that reigned in his stead, the first over Greece. And he made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth, and went through to the ends of the earth and took spoils of many nations, insomuch that the earth was quiet before him, whereupon he was exiled and his heart was lifted up. And he gathered a mighty strong host and ruled over countries and nations and kings, who became tributaries unto him. And after these things he fell sick and perceived that he should die. Wherefore he called his servants, such as were honorable and had been brought up with him from his youth, and parted his kingdom among them while he was yet alive. So Alexander ruled 12 years and then died. And his servants bare rule, every one in his place. And after his death, they put crowns upon themselves. So did their sons after them many years, and evils multiplied in the earth. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachachodash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles, a great millstone who rule and teach well. And peace, love, salutations, and blessings to those that are doing this work in truth and in sincerity. This is your brother Nathan Ayala from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you with another lesson. And I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. All right, so you just heard it. When Alexander beareth rule, they made themselves royalty, okay? And they placed crowns upon their heads, and evils multiplied in the earth. All right, so we have here a compilation of videos that we're going to play. And this is going to prove that the violence of Esau Edom against the world is still prevalent to this day. And all of the evil that he was doing then, he's doing now. And right out of the mouth of the Edomite himself, he's proclaiming his heritage, but at the same time not proclaiming his heritage. You know how Esau do. He like to talk out of both sides of his mouth. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and play it. Oh, and by the way, this video came from the Arrows of Indignation from his channel.
And to those trying to
highly recommend you subscribe.
incite violence against us, those trying to foment hatred against us, what do you have? You have nothing.
All right, so, I want to listen to this whole thing all the way through, but I'm just going to stop it right there because I want to play this next video, right? Because those people that he's talking about that excite violence against them is his own people, all right? So I'm going to play this one video, which also came from the Arrows of Indignation's channel, okay?
This is the man who shot Charlie.
Use words, they use bullets.
This is the man who shot Charlie Kirk. This is the man who shot Trump. This is the man who killed Melissa Hortman. This is the man who tried to kill John Hoffman. This is the man who tried to kill Paul Pelosi. This is the man who killed an Obama-appointed judge's son. This is the man who hired hitmen to kill Democrats. This is the man who ran over a left-wing activist and killed her. This is the man responsible for the Austin bombing. This is the man who sent pipe bombs to Obama, Biden, and Hillary Clinton. This is the man who shot Gabby Gifford. This is the man who tried to kidnap Gretchen Whitmer. Oh, and this man, and this man, and this man, this man, this man, this man, this man, this man, and this man. This is the man who set Josh Shapiro's house on fire. This is the Oklahoma bomber. This is his accomplice. These are just a few of the men who beat police officers on January 6th. I can think of a few things they have in common, and it's not the way they use their words or their left-wing politics. Part 2. Killed 10 black people in a Buffalo grocery store. His motive was, quote, to prevent the elimination of the white race. The El Paso Walmart shooter, he shot 45 people, killing 23. He thought he was acting at the request of President Trump to stop the invasion. He also cited the Great Replacement theory. The neo-schmatzi who killed 9 people at a black church because he, quote, had to do something. This is the Pittsburgh synagogue shooter. His motive was to stop white genocide. This was the Oregon shooter. Police found a manifesto where he went on a lengthy rant about black men. The Dollar General shooter, his motive was a hatred for black people. Despite previously being involuntarily committed, he was still able to legally purchase the weapon. Florida. This is the Oxford school shooter. His parents gave him a 9mm for an early Christmas gift when he was 15 years old. They were so excited they just couldn't wait till Christmas. This is the FedEx shooter. Police found that he was viewing not like propaganda online and that he wanted to demonstrate his masculinity. Man went on a shooting spree in Atlanta, killed 8 people, 6 of whom were Asian women. This was the Dayton mass shooter, shot 17 people, killing 9, including his sister, who previously suspended from school for having hit lists and rape lists. The Santa Fe school shooter, one of his victims rejected his romantic advances. This was the Thousand Oaks shooting. This is the Parkland shooter, Sutherland Springs shooter, Las Vegas shooter, the Sandy Hook shooter. This is the Aurora Theater shooter. He had an obsession with killing and chose the weapon that would allow for the maximum amount of casualties. These, of course, are the Columbine shooters. The Chardon school shooter, who was upset that his ex-girlfriend had a new boyfriend. The Georgia school shooter, he is not transgender, no matter how many right-wing AI-generated memes tell you so. Father gave him an AR for Christmas when he was 14. Part 2, killed.
All right. So now let's go back to this video, because now that we have an understanding of who is trying to kill them, now, you know, we see that everything else afterward is just total bullshit. Okay. But then he's also going to name some history, the empires and all those things. So let's just go ahead and you know what, as a matter of fact, before we finish this video, another precept just came to mind. So let's just go to that real quick. Okay, as a matter of fact, I want to leave that because I'm going to read that again. Let's go to the book of Psalms 48. Let's go to the book of Psalms 48 and 8. And it says, sorry, what did I get 48 for? 68. Psalm 68 and 8. This is Psalm 68 and 8. Trip, yeah. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Psalm 64 and 8. And it says, so they shall make their own tongue fall upon themselves, and all that see thee shall flee away. So this dude just kind of like made his own tongue fall upon themselves, because he's claiming all of this heritage and all these things that we know this devil did not do. So let's go ahead and play this video. Not that one. There we go.
Are nothing. You are wickedness, you are jealousy, you are envy, you are hatred. You are nothing. You can build nothing. You can produce nothing. You can create nothing. We are the ones who build. We are the ones who create. We are the ones who lift up humanity. You thought you could kill Charlie Kirk? You have made him immortal. You have immortalized Charlie Kirk. And now millions will carry on his legacy.
All right. This is more bullshit that this dude is spewing out. So every time something comes out, I'm going to bring out a precept. You know, because it just shows you that this devil is a freaking liar, you know? Like who I just showed you all the killers, right? All right. You know what? Let's continue on. Let's Ezekiel 35 and this 35 and 5, it says, actually, let's scroll up. Let's just start at the top. It says, moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword, in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had come to an end. Okay? Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee. Verse 7, Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off him that passeth out and returneth. You see that? So the Lord is the Lord is passing judgment on you all, because you all ain't hated blood. I just played a video, right, of you Edomites in America just on a killing spree. Now let's play a couple of videos of y'all Edomites killing in other lands, okay? So this video right here, okay? Now I don't like this bitch right here, but I don't like the way she look, but I want you to hear what she's talking about, because this right here, this is evil as hell, even to be done doing to another nation. This is some evil shit.
He has just broken some new news. This has just come out from the Associated Press. This is incredible. Have been sending babies and other young children. Hold on. Put up the graphic of this. I think I'm gonna have to hand this off. Yeah. Sorry.
Now, in case you don't know what IDF is, you can look it up, but it's the Israeli Defense Force. All right, so you see that video of the kids that are in these prisons, these detention centers, they're just singing, right? So I don't know if this video was spliced into her video, okay? But she did say at the beginning of the video that they're sending children to prisons, and this is obviously, something like that. All right, so we have another one here.
Yes, Jews, Armenians, you're both welcome. Come. Of course we'll let you in.
My maternal grandmother was born in Haifa because after the Armenian genocide, the stories that my grandmother told my mother about how the Palestinian Muslims treated Armenian refugees, who were obviously overwhelmingly Christian, was incredible. They were welcoming.
As Jews moved to Palestine, Palestinians were welcoming them because they saw the Jewish people coming in as brothers and sisters escaping persecution.
To Zionists here and everywhere. These people came on ships holding up signs about World War II saying, please, we're refugees, let us into your home. And the Palestinians opened their doors to them. This is the story of Muhammad Hadid and Bella Hadid. Yeah, the model, Gigi Hadid. His mother had just given birth. They allowed these refugees, these Polish refugees, to live in their homes as refugees because they wanted to help them following a world war.
We let you into our homes when your own countries tried to murder you, and everyone else turned you away. We fed you, and we clothed you, we gave you shelter, and we shared from the bounty of our land with you.
And then one day,
and when the time was ripe,
Palestinians who were letting Jewish Europeans live in their homes come home and they find the locks changed. And they were like, wait, why can't I get into my home? And then the family, the Israeli family on the inside just simply wouldn't open the door and wouldn't talk to them, wouldn't let them in.
they came back to their houses and the doors were locked. They came home, the doors were locked, and guns were being held, and they were told, leave right now, or some soldiers are going to come murder you.
You kicked us out of our homes and homeland. Then you killed and robbed and burned and looted our lives.
Do you guys understand? Just go through that in your head.
And so in the mind of the Palestinian, this was just an upending of, wait a minute, we welcome you in, we put you in our house, we fed you, and then the first opportunity you had, you stole our home from us. They couldn't reconcile this.
You carved out our hearts because it is clear that you do not know how to live in the world without dominating others. But the world is finally glimpsing the terror we have endured at your hands for so long. And they are seeing the reality of who you are and who you've always been.
Imagine your family has lived on that land for hundreds and hundreds of years. And then you say, oh, you know what, the Ukrainian war is happening right now, I feel really bad. I'm going to allow a Ukrainian to live in my house, maybe here in Tennessee. And you allow them and you share with them and you do this out of the kindness of your heart. And one day you come back to your house and the doors are locked and those refugees that you let in are telling you that if you try to open that door, you are going to die. That's a fact. No one can dispute.
Okay. So we see now. I'm gonna play a video and I'm just gonna play the sound of this video. Okay. And it's also a TikTok video. It goes into Red Shield. You know what? As a matter of fact, let me see if I can just go into my TikTok and pull it up because I'm right here. Where is it at? Repost. I know it's here somewhere. Let me see if it's liked, because if it's one of my liked videos, then I should be able to find it. Got it. That's not it. TikTok is tripping. And this is one of them right here, but it's not one that let's see. No, I don't want to do that either. Huh. There we go. Let's do it that way.
700 days of relentless.
That's not what I wanted. Okay, it's the next one. It's this one. All right, there we go. That's the one that I wanted right here.
Claim to be Jewish, but are in fact Khazars from Mongolian Eastern Europe. Like Eisenhower, the Rothschilds have Asiatic Mongolian genes and not genes of Judaic people. The Rothschilds are like 95% of the Jews today and have Khazar genes and are now known as Ashkenazi Jews. But Georgia and Ukraine are 800 to 1,000 miles north of Palestine. Fact. Every prime minister of Israel has been a Khazar Ashkenazi Jew with no connection to Semite people at all. An ultimatum was delivered by Russia and other surrounding nations impacted by the Khazar murders and robberies that they must reject paganism and choose between Judaism, Christianity, or Islam as their official state religion. The Khazarian king chose Judaism, but despite his promise, the oligarchs kept practicing ancient pagan Babylonian black magic, or secret Satanism. The king melded these practices with Judaism and created a secret satanic hybrid religion, derived from Babylonian Talmudism, written by hired rabbis. The deep dark secret of the occult ceremonies was that they were all based on ancient Baal worship, also known as worship of the owl. It involves child sacrifice with bleed-outs, blood drinking, and eating of children's hearts. So these evil practices continue, and all these are part of the Khazarian Mafia today. In 900 AD to 1200 AD, Russian conquests were made into the Khazar kingdom, and eventually drove most of them out. The Russian prince, Svyatoslav, made war upon the Khazars. The Russians created the gradual fall of the Khazars, so in a matter of a decade, the Russians removed most Khazar presence. Unfortunately, the Khazarian leaders had a well-developed spy network and were able to escape across Europe, taking their vast fortune in gold and silver. They infiltrated Europe and Slavic nations, and perhaps back into Asia, infecting many nations and city-states, including as far as Venice, Spain, and most of Central Europe. In secret, they continued their satanic child blood and sacrifice rituals, all for their trusted Baal to give them the whole world and all its riches. Ever since, the Khazars have plotted eternal revenge against the Russians and the surrounding nations that invaded Khazaria and drove them out of power.
All right, so you got that. Now, we're going to go to Elder Malcolm's video, all right? Let's see, Elder Malcolm's video, right? And this is his evidence folder, and he's about to go into Eurasia and the Eurasia and the history of Esau. And as we just seen that where they came from, right? And we're going to go back even further to show that they actually came from Mount Petra, all right, which is Esau's home. All right, so we're going to play this. We're going to grab a couple more precepts and close it out.
Claim that they came about in Europe. No, they came about south of Israel in the land of Edom. That's the first mountains they were from. But Eurasian, all right? You see that? The compound Eurasia of or pertaining to Eurasia to Europe and Asia, considered as forming in reality one continent. So they split the continent and then claim that that's where they came from to hide who they really are. But let me see, I got receipts, because here's where they really from. Here are their forefathers. This is about 40 miles from Mount Seir, but this is where they're from. See, that's Alexander's people. So they're not from the Caucasus Mountains, they're from Mount Seir. They're the Edomites. You see, this was on History Channel. They fucked up when they put this on History Channel. All right, that's where these images came from. All right, and that is Mount Seir. See if we can blow it up. Yeah, see, that's about 7 stories tall, carved in the side of the mountain. They lived in those mountains, in the cliffs. They built cities inside the walls, all right, of the caves. See, Mount Seir, referred to today as modern day Petra. And this was the guy who did the story on it and showed you all the relics. So that's where Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, actually hails from.
All right, so you see all of his history. You see how we seen that this dude has a violent history. So when we go back to this speech, to this damn Edomite, this damn devil's talking about, right? We understand that everything he's saying is full of shit. Okay. So that goes back up to this Ezekiel 35:1. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesied against it. Now, Mount Seir is a people before it's a place, just like Israel is a people before a place. So who is he talking to? He's talking to you Edomites. You all are the people from Mount Seir, okay? And it says, and say unto it, thus saith the Lord, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch my hand out against thee and make thee most desolate. So the Lord has already proclaimed that Mount Seir is going to be destroyed. And verse 4, and I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be and thou shalt know now that I am the Lord. So now we're going to finish playing out this video. Slakia.
And we will devote the rest of our lives to finishing the causes for which Charlie gave his last measure of devotion. You cannot defeat us. You cannot slow us. You cannot stop us. You cannot deter us. We will carry Charlie and Erica in our heart every single day and fight that much harder because of what you did to us. You have no idea.
I mean, like, I just say, God damn, these people are just such liars. What y'all did to y'all. What y'all did to y'all. What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to? Obviously, this is a declaration of war against Jake, because who else is he talking to?
The dragon you have awakened. You have no idea.
The dragon that they awakened, that's the Roman Empire. He gonna go into that.
How determined we will be to save this civilization, to save the West, to save this republic. Because our children are strong, and our grandchildren will be strong, and our children's children's children will be strong. And what will you leave behind? Nothing. Nothing. To our enemies, you have nothing to give, you have nothing to offer, you have nothing to share, but bitterness. We have beauty, we have light, we have goodness, we have determination, we have vision, we have strength. We built the world that we inhabit now, generation by generation, and we will defend this world. We will defend goodness, we will defend light, we will defend virtue. You cannot terrify us. You cannot frighten us. You cannot threaten us. Because we are on the side of goodness. We are on the side of God. And to my friend Charlie, to my brother Charlie, I know you are looking at us right now. I know you're watching Erica right now. I know you're watching your children right now. And I promise you, my friend, I promise you, my brother, we will prove worthy of your sacrifice. We will prove worthy of your time on earth.
Your sacrifice. My man was he was a sacrifice or whatever, but you know that he was murdered, basically, if it even happened, because you know I honestly think it was a psyop. Me personally, and a lot of other brothers think the same thing, but they're using this as a tool to try to promote what they want to do next, which is a full-on insult, a full-on onslaught against Jake.
We will make you proud. We will finish the job. We will defeat the forces of darkness and evil, and we will stand every day for what is true, what is beautiful, what is good, and we will achieve victory for our children, for our families, for our civilization, and for every patriot who stands with us.
Now you stole everything. Everything you stole. You didn't build shit. You went into other civilizations and you stole their innovations. And when they invented things in their civilizations, you stole that too. So don't come with this bullshit that you Salakia, 1 second, Akim. Yeah, you stole civilizations, you stole resources, you stole lands, you stole innovations, okay? You stole everything. You didn't create nothing, all right? Damn devil, man. He gonna lie and cheat and try to destroy all the way to the end. This is Micah 2:1. And it says, woe to them that devise iniquity and work an evil work upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. They covet fields and take them by violence, and houses, and they take away, and they take them away. Everything that's associated with a man and his house, his inventions, okay? Things that he created to make his life better and his family's life better. Things that he may have created for his country. You take all that shit away, okay? You steal everything, and then you proclaim yourself to be the inventor and the person that invented it. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. He lied about every single thing that he did. The only thing you did was go in and rape, rob, and murder. That's why I brought in the precept about Alexander the Great, when you had Ptolemy, Laomedon, Cassander, and Ptolemy, Laomedon, Cassander. What was the other general? It escapes me right now, but when your 4 generals had took over, okay? So if it comes to me, Lord willing, I'll bring out the other name. But yeah, you stole them. You stole the land. You took them by violence, man. You didn't build nothing, and then you assumed those civilizations and said you were those people. All right. So I got one more. This is Job. The book of Job. Let's see. Because this is gonna be your no 7. This is Job 20:7, and it says, I'm gonna start at verse 5. Verse 4 says, "Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth, that the triumph of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment? Though his excellencies mount up to the heavens, and his head reaches up to the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which see him shall say, Where is he? He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a night, as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place be found, his place any more behold him." You see that? So, hey, all of this nonsense that this man is talking, it's all about to be for naught, because as Esau comes down on Jake this last time, right, the Lord is going to lift up the standard and destroy this man. So with that, I pray this is an edifying lesson. I'm going to end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Rakar Kadash. And to the next time, I say Shalom.